Hello everyone and welcome to this video. Well, today we will be talking about the basics of finance. Well, this presentation will include some fundamental topics and concepts that all of you must know in finance. Well, finance involves the management of money and investments, covering a broad range of activities, which includes budgeting, saving, investment, and even lending. Mastering these fundamentals is important for us to become financially stable and also ensure success in our own personal finances. And then being able to be in a position where we can help others, empower others, and also work in corporates in this particular field. So, moving ahead, let's move to the first definition and see what we have. Well, we will be talking about some basic finance concepts, as I said, which relates to assets defined, liabilities, equity, the importance of cash flow, etc. So let us first talk about assets. Well, anything and everything that is a resource which is owned by an individual or a business that have economic value. जनरली अगर बोले तो हम ऐसे बोलते हैं कि हमारी लाइफ में हम अपने खुद के सबसे बड़े एसेट हैं. एसेट हर वो चीज़ है जो आपको एक इकोनॉमिक बेनिफिट देती है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल यू हैव कैश. आप उस कैश को यूज़ करके किसी भी ट्रांजैक्शन में एंटर कर सकते हो एंड यू कैन एंटर इन टू अन ई कॉमर्स और यू कैन बाय समथिंग यूजिंग दैट कैश इज एक्टिंग एज अ बेनिफिट फॉर यू. It is shown on the as balance sheet as a either a asset or a non-current asset. Well, these are categorizations of assets. However, what is an asset? An asset includes cash, real estate, equipment, and investments. And these resources are owned by an individual or a business. And as I said, they have an economic value or provide benefit for more than a year or less than a year. If the benefit is less than a year, then it is called as a current asset. If the benefit is more than a year, then it is called as a non-current asset. Well, it is important for us to be able to determine the assets that we own or the companies own in order to determine the financial health or the financial position of a company or a business. What are liabilities on the other hand? Anyway, जब हम assets की बात करते हैं तो we should know that anything that lets us earn money or anything that puts us in a favorable position can be an asset. हम किसी को बोलते हैं कि आपकी स्माइल बहुत अच्छी है. योर स्माइल इज योर एसेट और योर टाइम इज द बिगेस्ट एसेट. वाई? बिकॉज if you are able to utilize this resource that you have very well, it will lead to some benefit for you. So asset in simple terms means anything जो आपको फायदा दे in the short run or in the long run. As I said, आपके पास बिल्डिंग्स हैं, आपका फोन है, आप 10 तरह के ट्रांजैक्शंस में एंटर करते हो. यू हैव रियल एस्टेट, यू हैव इक्विपमेंट्स, यू हैव इन्वेस्टमेंट्स विद यू. लेट्स से यू हैव डेटर्स इन योर बुक्स. व्हेन आई से डेटर्स, आई मीन आपने उधार पे किसी ने आपसे पैसे लिए हैं और वो आपको वो पैसे वापस करेगा. तो वो उधार वाली सिचुएशन कब आती है? वो तब आती है जब आपने किसी को कुछ सेल्स किया है. सो व्हेन यू हैव मेड अ कैश सेल्स, आपको कैश रिसीव होगा. दैट कैश इज एन एसेट. व्हेन यू हैव मेड अ क्रेडिट सेल्स टू अ पर्सन, वो पर्सन आपका डेटर बन जाता है. डेटर मतलब आपको उससे पैसे रिसीव होने हैं, तो दैट पर्सन इज योर करंट एसेट. राइट? सो एसेट का मतलब बेनिफिट. लाइबिलिटीज. लाइबिलिटीज मतलब फाइनेंशियल ऑब्लिगेशंस. तो यहाँ पे एक टर्म आता है ऑब्लिगेशंस, विच मीन्स परेशानी है थोड़ी क्योंकि हमें कुछ किसी को पे करना है. सो डेफिनेटली एसेट्स को अक्वायर करने के लिए कुछ लाइबिलिटीज भी होंगी. हम जब आप घर लेने जाते हो या लेट्स से आप एक फोन लेने जाते हो, तो आप पूरे फोन आपके लिए एक एसेट है बिकॉज दैट इज अ फिक्स्ड एसेट विच विल बी एडेड इन योर बैलेंस शीट और इन योर लाइफ एज अ फिक्स्ड एसेट जो आपको बेनिफिट दे रहा है. बट टू अक्वायर दैट फिक्स्ड एसेट, यू आर लेटिंग गो ऑफ अनदर एसेट विच इज कॉल्ड अ कैश, और you are entering into a credit transaction where you are saying कि मैं EMI पे करूंगा. So that EMI that is owed every month from your salary or from every month, that EMI is a part of the liability or a borrowing you have taken from the bank, right? So liabilities represent the financial obligations of an individual or an organization. उनको हम उधार या debts या obligations भी कहते हैं because they must be paid. For example, the loans, the mortgages, the credit card debts impacting the overall financial stability. जब हमने assets की बात की, we talked about determining the financial health. When we talk about liabilities, we also talk about the financial stability. For a company or an individual to be stable, we generally say that that person should have the least liabilities. हमारे पेरेंट्स या हमारे बड़े भी हमें यही सिखाते हैं कि लोन मत लो, अपनी लाइबिलिटीज मत बढ़ाओ लाइफ में, अपने एसेट्स को बढ़ाओ, अपनी स्किल्स को बढ़ाओ. सो स्किल्स आर जनरली रेफर्ड टू एन इंडिविजुअल्स एसेट. हाउएवर लाइबिलिटीज आर, आपने किसी को हर्ट किया उसका लाइबिलिटी आप पे आता है, राइट? सिमिलरली फॉर अ बिजनेस और फॉर एन इंडिविजुअल, देयर लाइबिलिटीज कुड बी द उधार, the borrowings they have taken from another individual or an organization or a financial institution, because this is an amount that they are obliged to pay back to that particular party in either a short duration or a long duration. Again, if the obligation falls within a span of 1 year, it is called as a current liability. Otherwise, it is called as a non-current liability. Now let's move to equity. Equity is nothing but it refers to the ownership value in an asset after deducting the liabilities. So equity can generally be called as what remains when you subtract all your assets and liabilities. So it is simply assets minus liabilities, which is also called as net worth. Well, assets minus liabilities is called net worth because that is what remains in the business after adjusting for the benefits and the expenses or the cost which is there in your balance sheet. It indicates the worth of an individual or businesses and is crucial for understanding the financial position and investment potential. आप ऐसे समझो कि जब आपके, लेट्स से आपके पास 100 रुपी वर्थ ऑफ फोन या कोई एक फाइनेंशियल एसेट है, और आपको उस फाइनेंशियल एसेट को यूज करके रिटर्न्स जनरेट करने हैं, बट यू हैव a fixed obligation, or let's say an interest to be paid, or some sort of a loan to be paid to the bank worth 60 rupees. तो वो 60 रुपए आप ये 100 की अर्निंग्स या 100 का जो एसेट है इसी को यूज करके जनरेट करके पे करोगे, राइट? सो द 40 विच इज द रिमेनिंग 40 इज वॉट यू एक्चुअली ओन or what is actually yours. So this particular amount is called as the ownership value in an asset after deducting liabilities, or simply equity. सिमिलरली जब आप किसी भी कंपनी के शेयर्स को बाय करते हो, यू बिकम अ पार्ट ओनर और अ रेसिडुअल ओनर इन द कंपनीज financials, right? You become a very small minute shareholder because you hold ownership rights in the company's equity or stock. So I hope equity का explanation सबको basic clear है and सबको पता भी होगा. Well, now let's talk about the importance of cash flow. Cash flow क्या होता है? Everything to do with liquidity, everything to do with cash in hand or the cash in bank. Cash flow वो movement है money का in and out जो measure करता है कि कंपनी पे कितने पैसे आए या कितने पैसे चले गए. When I talk about cash flow, I am sure सबने cash flow statement का नाम सुना होगा. Cash flow statement incorporate करता है आपकी कंपनी की liquidity. वो इनकम स्टेटमेंट एंड बैलेंस शीट के आइटम्स को यूटिलाइज करके बताता है कि आपको ऑपरेटिंग, फाइनेंसिंग एंड इन्वेस्टिंग एक्टिविटीज से सेपरेटली कितना कितना कैश इनफ्लो या आउटफ्लो हुआ. Positive cash outflow would obviously indicate that the money is flowing, or more money is flowing than entering, that the more money is entering than leaving the organization or the individual's pocket, essentially for maintaining operations. Obviously, you would need some buffer of cash over and above your expenses, or the amount of cash outflow that you have. So, for example, मैंने आपको लोन का एग्जांपल दिया था, तो cash outflow becomes the EMI, and the inflow becomes the returns or the wealth generation you probably make from generating higher returns on the stock market, for example, right? So cash flow is an important concept. In it indicates the liquidity position. It indicates how much money is flowing in or out from from a company or from an individual's pocket. Now, the importance of budgeting. Well, the term budget means किसी चीज को इस्टेब्लिश करना, एक एस्टिमेट लगाना कि हम कितना पैसा उस पर स्पेंड करने वाले हैं. लेट अस टेक एन एग्जांपल ऑफ गोइंग टू अ ट्रिप. Let's say if I want to plan a trip on a Saturday and I know that my salary is going to be credited by the end of the month, and I want to plan a trip in the middle of the month. Preferably I'll first set a budget. I'll see कि मेरी पॉकेट कितना अलाउ करती है मुझे कि मैं कितना स्पेंड करूं, एंड बेसिस दैट आई विल कैलकुलेट पोस्ट द ट्रिप और प्री द ट्रिप की एक्चुअल कितना एक्सपेंस हो गया. So some part of the planned expense will be actual, some will be budgeted, some will be able to estimate once the product or service has been delivered, etc. So Budgeting allows an individual to have a clear overview of the financial situation. As I said, it is a lot important for us to plan before we execute, and to plan we need to know a correct budget based on the required outcomes of a particular event or of the particular transaction, making it easier to plan for future expenses. Definitely हम budget set नहीं करेंगे तो हम उसकी performance को gauge नहीं कर पाएंगे against the actual numbers or the actual performance. By setting specific financial goals or having a budget, individuals can prioritize their spending and savings, leading to more efficient financial planning. Definitely, budgets are set so that you know how much of the importance there is to allocate amongst your salary or your revenues or income to respective classes, and what is more important and actual में क्या हो रहा है versus आपने क्या budget किया था. So this way it will help you plan more effectively and manage your savings in the future. It also helps identify the unnecessary expenses. Definitely, जब आप calculate करोगे the variance between the actual expense and the budgeted expense, you will be able to identify कि unnecessary का खर्चा कहाँ हो रहा है, allowing the individuals to cut back and allocate resources in a more efficient and effective manner. Well, let's talk a little basics on the investment timelines, the milestones in the investment journey, where we'll understand the risk, the vehicles, and performance monitoring. Well, investment starts with beginning or understanding the investment fundamentals, including the various types of assets or the associated risks. It talks about where you can invest your funds or money. It then talks about evaluating the personal risk tolerance of the individual or the company and investment goals to guide the decisions. How much risk is the individual able to take? What percentage of their total surplus should be allocated to risky assets, and how much should be kept in safer or risk free assets such as the FD or bank deposits, is a question that we need to answer as we progress in portfolio management or wealth maximization concepts. Choosing investment vehicles, selecting the most appropriate investment option. We talked about various asset classes. तो क्या हमें खुद से अपना पैसा स्टॉक्स में लगाना चाहिए, बॉन्ड या म्यूचुअल फंड्स, based on research and the risk assessment that we had conducted for based on our own personal preferences. Investment monitoring. Once we have taken the investment decisions, we've chosen the investment vehicle, it is extremely important to regularly review and assess that how our investments are performing, whether there is a need to reallocate and reshuffle our surplus money so that we generate more returns and don't end up investing in asset classes that are negatively or positive, that are positively correlated with each other. We should prefer investing in companies and asset classes that, to ensure diversification. Then, the most crucial, we make necessary adjustments, as I said, to maintain the desired risk levels and asset allocation. So, these are some basic investing basics that you all must know, and also these act as a key milestone in everybody's investment journey. I have individually explained each one of them, and I hope that you are now able to understand how the entire portfolio management or personal finance works. Well, mastering the finance fundamentals is a key to success. How is it a key to success? Because understanding finance basics empowers an individual to make sound financial decisions, which ultimately leads to improved financial health and security. Grasping essential concepts such as budgeting, investing, and interest rates can facilitate smarter choices and long-term financial stability. So I hope this short revision or an interaction helped you revise on some of the concepts. If you like the flow of the presentation, let me know. I'll be happy to bring more such presentations. But I would personally encourage you all to tell me some topics you would like me to talk about specifically so that I can make more videos on that. So, see you on the other side, and it was great that all of you stayed till the end and heard the entire thing. Do share your key takeaways from this entire video in the comments down below, and do wait for the next video to come up. Thank you. Keep learning, keep watching.